once and for all. That leaves the Guardians free to fly back into their own movie, and the only question left is whether they'll fight Adam Warlock or the Magus, who is Adam Warlock's evil self from an alternate future. Comic books can be pretty complicated. Cat Wolf at last. We'll admit that this one's pretty unlikely, but if Infinity War has proven anything, it's that the Marvel movies can do anything and make $1 billion. They've spent 10 full years and 19 movies getting to that point, but they just put out a movie about a giant purple man trying to get his hands on magic space rocks, featuring characters like Proxima Midnight and the Collector. And a major plot point was that a space dwarf made a magic hammer out of a talking tree. We're not complaining, but you have to admit that stuff's pretty weird. Clearly, there's nothing stopping them from doing a movie where Captain America becomes a superpowered werewolf and delivers an inspirational speech to a bunch of other werewolves. It might even make sense from a movie-making standpoint. If Chris Evans really wants to scale back his acting work and devote his time to remodeling his house, then why not replace him with a CGI Wolfman with an indestructible shield? It would definitely be a weird direction to lift from the comics, but they already did the part where Thanos starts turning people into cubes. There's no way a wolf is any weirder than that. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.
Welcome back to Dubs and Nerd. I'm Rob against Converging. Stop. If you haven't seen Infinity War, stop now. There will be spoilers right off the bat. Ready? You sure? Okay. Now, I made a few predictions previously that Cap and Iron Man would probably die and Vision probably wouldn't because that would be too obvious. Needless to say, they didn't go so well. So take these predictions with a grain of salt, but this time, I'll be right. I guarantee it. If you finish this and want more, check out our video on the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer next. But first, get ready. It's time for the top 10 predictions for Avengers 4. Number 10, Tony will be important. This one's pretty undeniable. Strange clearly had some sort of plan, and considering he saved Tony by giving up the stone, many believe that 1 in 14 million chance involves him. Now, of course, knowing Marvel, it could be that this is a red herring and somebody else will be important. But right now, it's looking like Tony. Maybe he'll take the gauntlet or help to find another way, or maybe he'll convince Thanos of the error in his ways and the Mad Titan will change his mind like in Marvel The End. Who knows? Number 9. The universe will probably be rewritten. Considering how many incredibly important people died, as well as, half of life in the universe, it seems super like...
Okay, I'm getting annoyed by his voice now. What do you mean? Bro! Well, I'm not gonna complain because I jumped through his wall too, but
some sort of universal reboot coming up. It's unclear who will do it, how they'll do it, or what we'll end up with, but it's pretty clear that the new heroes won't be gone for long. However, it's not all good news because another of my predictions is...
So, it's your friend's birthday. How do you find the perfect gift? Download the Amazon app and let it find you. Just seen your mom reading that book your friend's been talking about? Scan the...
I've had a vision. A whirlpool that sucks in all hope of life, and at its center is that.
This line, and all of the weird...
I've had a vision. A whirlpool that sucks in all hope of life, and at its center is that.
This line, and all of the weird visions in Age of Ultron, warn the Avengers about Thanos' arrival in Infinity War. And in this video, I'll tell you how. And big spoiler warning for Avengers Infinity War. So in the aftermath of the latest Avengers film, I've been looking back on all the past MCU films for clues about Thanos' victory. The clearest bit of foreshadowing came from one of the most maligned scenes in the franchise, Thor's vision in Avengers Age of Ultron. In case you forgot, Wanda Maximoff, who takes her powers from the Mind Stone, gives most of the Avengers weird, cryptic visions. Thor sees... well, it's complicated. First off, the deleted version of this vision is much, much better than what we ended up with in the final film. In that version, Thor allows ancient witches called Norns to possess him, and they tell Eric Selvig that Ultron is only dangerous because he possesses an Infinity Stone. This not only makes Ultron seem like a larger threat, but it nicely foreshadows Infinity War. But what we saw in theaters was Thor having a schwitz, followed by a hazy sneak peek of the Infinity Gauntlet. But let's recap all of these visions in a little bit more detail. Tony sees all of the Avengers dead on an asteroid, and a Chitauri army advancing on Earth in the Tesseract-created portals. This vision is a key moment in Tony's character arc. It intensifies his PTSD, motivates him to create Ultron.
I see a suit of armor around the world.
And to continue wearing nanobot armor in Infinity War. Remember, he tells Pepper that his chest plate is for protection. Natasha flashes back to the first moment when she was forced to take a life. She also relives the surgery where she was sterilized. At one point, her hospital gurney rolls past children without mouths. These kids symbolize the children that she'll never have, but also silence in the face of evil. Captain America is celebrating the end of World War II and finally gets his dance with Peggy Carter. He's presented with everything he ever wanted, but senses that it's not enough. There's a brief moment where he dances silently with Peggy, and then the room is empty. And finally, Thor's vision, which at the time seemed the most superfluous of the four. In this vision, Thor is at a party in Asgard, where people wear strange masks. Heimdall has no eyes, but says he can see.
They see everything. They see you leading us to end.
This refers to the Asgardian version of the afterlife, Hel with one L, which Hela, Thor's sister, is the goddess of. Heimdall's words foreshadow the Asgardian genocide, or half-genocide, that kicks off Infinity War. Thor's leadership destroyed Asgard, and he ultimately led them into the hands of their greatest enemy. Heimdall goes on to say,
You're a destroyer, Odinson.
This is followed by Thor shooting lightning from his chest and killing Asgardians. And this clearly foreshadows Thor's lightning powers in Thor Ragnarok, and also his role in the destruction of Asgard. Heimdall also says,
See where your power leads.
this could foreshadow Thor's journey in Infinity War, when he has to travel to the source of his hammer, meet the Valir to create a new weapon to kill Thanos. But when we look at the extended version of the Norn Cave scene, the foreshadowing is even more obvious.
How do you stop Ultron? Sacrifice.
Sacrifice wasn't the way to stop Ultron, no offense Pietro, but it was the key to stopping Thanos. On 4 different occasions in Infinity War, characters are asked to make sacrifices for the greater good. Peter Quill, Doctor Strange, and Wanda all could have stopped Thanos by killing someone innocent, but hesitated. But Thanos throws his daughter off a cliff and ends up winning the ultimate power glove. I love the power glove. It's so bad. Thor and Selvig think these visions are about stopping Ultron, but I believe they're all about the Infinity Stones and warning of the coming threat, Thanos. Remember, Wanda creates these visions and she derives her powers from the stones, and now we know that the stones are intelligent. In Infinity War, the Soul Stone has wisdom, and the Space Stone brought into Vormir as a punishment. The Ether in Thor the Dark World is also sentient, as Odin says, it seeks out ghost bodies to extinct their life force. And the Norns, through Thor, say, Infinite Six cannot be joined or carried apart. Meaning the stones can never be combined, but they are drawn toward one another. If the stones are intelligent, then it's possible they tried to warn the Avengers about Thanos, but the message got tangled in the petty mortals' crowded subconsciousness. For instance, Black Widow relives the first moment she had to take a life, but reliving this memory also causes her to relive her guilt. Afterwards, she distances herself from the morality of killing one life to save many, and later refuses to sacrifice the Vision's life for the greater good. In Tony's vision, Captain America's shield is broken, symbolizing their broken relationship and the fracturing of the Avengers.
That shield doesn't belong to you. My father made that shield.
When Steve says,